Welcome back to Boring Reviews. Jodi here.
Nick here.
And today we're reacting to another Michael McIntyre.
McIntyre.
You ruined it. I'm done.
And we were checking out how the British deal with snow. Now, it's interesting because you can't really do that with Americans because different parts of the country snow or they don't snow. So where we're from, doesn't snow. So we would not handle it very well. People that live in the snow, they make fun of the people that don't live in the snow when they come around driving like a maniac. So I'm interested to see what they have to say here, even though, England still is a big island, whatever, big country-ish.
I'm sure.
Different parts that snow, different parts that don't.
Yes.
But maybe you're not too far away from the snow.
That's true. I know that in Scotland it snows. I'm sure in the northern areas of England it snows maybe more than in the southern areas. I don't know. But yes, we get snow maybe once every few years, and it usually here in Vegas, and it usually lasts a day and it's gone. It's not a lot, but I do remember it snowed about 16 years ago. I was pregnant with our oldest, and I remember driving up to my mom's house, and there were literally cars just stuck because they didn't use enough power to go up this hill, and they got stuck because they drove 3 miles an hour, I swear, in the snow. They're like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, no, you just go. Like, it's fine. Like, slow down a little sooner.
You're the expert.
But I'm not the expert, but we went snowboarding almost every weekend, every other weekend, my entire life growing up. And we'd go to Utah where it just snows like crazy. But that was like the biggest annoyance. But then again, we get 300 days of sun here. So imagine the very few times that it rains, nobody knows how to drive in the rain either. They're either super slow or they're speeding and they're right next to you. And you're like, no, you gotta have more distance. You're gonna hit me. Anyway, with that, because my opinion matters the most and everybody wanted to hear it, we're going to move on. If you enjoy this video, we're going to of Michael McIntyre. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded videos. I was going to say uplifted videos because, hopefully we uplift your day. I don't know.
100%.
He's a grumpy pants, so.
Always.
Today,
grumpy shorts. Here we go.
It's true.
Frozen windscreen day. That's a big one. It's a big one. When you sit in the car, it's like an igloo. You can't see out of it. You can't see out of the window. You can't see out, so you have to defrost it. Sometimes you could roll the window down. You roll the window down, and then you roll it back up, and then that does the side. They come back. Oh, it's gone. That doesn't work with snow. Every time it snows, we make the same mistake. We sit in the car, we roll the window down, the snow remains compacted, staring at us, as if to say, you are an idiot, and then it falls into the car. Why? Why did I do that? Why did I do that again? I did that last year. Frozen windscreen day, you sit in your igloo, you put the heating on, you put the blower on. There's two buttons, there's one for the front, there's one for the back. You don't know which is which, so you put them both on. Because when you drive, you need both. People don't just do the back and I'm going to reverse to work. No, get both on. And you sit there, you're waiting for the car to heat up so that the defrosting will begin before you. It's quite boring, but it's a lovely moment, isn't it? When just in the middle, at the bottom, of your frozen solid windscreen, a tiny little opening starts to form. Tiny little half moon shape. A little aperture, and you look through it, don't you?
See it.
That's when I start driving, like, okay, we're good, here we go.
Absolutely.
Like, legit.
Side world! And then very strangely, you find yourself driving away. The only thing we can look forward to, ladies and gentlemen, in this winter is snow. It's the only thing that gets us through, because the weather's terrible, but snow is the holy grail. Nothing beats snow. And normally, we get one day of snow, and you gotta hope that it snows overnight, so you can be snowed in. Earlier this year, it snowed in the middle of the day. You don't want that. I was waiting for my bus, and where I live, there's no tube. You have to wait for the bus. The buses actually originate there. The bus is already there. So it's even more frustrating. I'm waiting for the driver. We've got everything we need. We're looking for people. Can you drive this thing? And that's when the snow came. Amazing, instantly landing snow. The best of snow. I mean, the most unbelievable snow. And then I realized, oh my God, I could get snowed out. This is not what I need. The driver shows up. And he says, ladies and gentlemen, I regret to inform you, due to the chaos on the roads, it's been snowing 8 seconds at this point. We're cancelling the bus. There will be no running of this service. And we're like, well, hang on a minute. We bought our tickets. What are we going to do? How are we supposed to get home? There's no way to get home. What are we going to do? And he said, don't shout at me. I actually live at the other end of this bus route. I take this bus home, and then I'm relieved by another driver. And we're like, this is a very interesting development. How are you going to get home? I suppose there's only one thing to do. Walk. It's the only way we can get home. It's the only way at all. I'm like, fine, okay. So we walked the bus route, led by the driver. We came to the first stop. We had to tell the people waiting, there's no bus. And they joined our imaginary bus. It was getting bigger and bigger. I looked behind us, I could see the next imaginary bus. Not a bus, just people walking. And it was catching up fast, because no one to pick up from the stops. And the driver saw this as well, and he turned around. He said, when we get to the next stop, don't tell them anything. Keep walking, they can get on the next one. I thought this was one of the funniest things that ever happened to me. I said to the woman walking next to me, I said, this is hilarious. We're on an imaginary bus. There's a driver. There are old people walking. And this is funny, right? And I thought we were on the same wavelength. But now I remember I was doing most of the talking because she said, I'd love to chat, but this is my stop. She got out at an actual bus stop and then walked in the direction we had just come from. I thought, to hell with this. I'm walking. Woo! And the snow, of course, it's amazing when it snows in this country. It just totally dominates everything. We've become completely obsessed with snow. Normally on the TV, you have news and weather and travel and sport. But when it snows, news is weather, is travel, is sport. It's all the same thing. Our main news, it's snowing. It's snowing. The big freeze is upon us. There is snow everywhere. Now the travel. It's snowing. All over the roads. All over the railways and the airports. Now for the sport. It's snowing. All over the football pitches. All over the tennis courts and the race courses. And now for the weather. Well, you must know the weather. It's snowing. It's snowing everywhere, with only prospects of more snow. Now for the news in your area. We're snowing here too. Our main headlines again. It's snowing. I've been Jon Snow. Good night. I ran in, woke up my wife, which, by the way, is dangerous, all right? You don't wake a sleeping woman on a lion. There are only two caveats to this. If a celebrity has died or it's snowing, these are the only times man feels confident enough to wake a woman.
I'm just curious. Short. Do you feel confident to wake me up?
Absolutely.
Say, I feel like you wake me up quite often.
Oh, quite often? When was the last time I woke you up?
Just kidding. I totally went to bed at 6 last night, and you're so sweet.
I don't care if you sleep or don't sleep unless you have to go do something.
It's true. It's wonderful. So I'm sorry, but I gave Nick my sickness, so I am here healthy to talk to you guys, and he's dying.
I'm not dying. It's just the throat is so scratchy, and so I'm trying not to cough. It's been, Saturday? It's been 4 days of this coughing nonsense. And I was fine most of this day, not most of this day, last few hours. Anyways, you guys don't care about it. But that's kind of why I might seem like I'm not really too into it. I am. I'm not really too sick, but it's just this throat is absolutely destroying me. But it sounds like a lot of similar things to us here in Vegas where it doesn't snow that often. Yep. And honestly, 90% of the times when it does snow, it does not even make it to the floor.
No.
We get excited when we just see snow falling.
We're like, look, everybody's recording.
And then we check the floor and it's just it just rained.
Yes. If you're a teacher, take the kids out, let the kids run in the snow. That's not going to happen again. A couple times it does stick, and what was hilarious is
very rarely.
One time it snowed all night, and we had a good foot, at least on that grass field at work. Mm-hmm. That was a good amount of snow.
6 inches.
Okay,
3
fine.
or 4 inches, something like that. Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe not a foot. That's the exaggeration. But it was a good amount for us. It was a really, really good amount.
Yeah.
And everybody was hoping for a snow day, and our district's like, nope, you're fine, go to school. And then they gave us a snow day the next day because everybody complained about it, and there was no snow. It had all melted. It was gone.
The biggest complaint was the buses weren't sure how to drive in the snow and in the water, and they just assumed it was going to get worse the next day, which maybe, who knows, maybe it does. But yeah, we had a snow day the next day, and there was no snow. All melted. There was no playing in it. They would have had a lot of fun playing it the day before. Anyways, you don't care about that. But snow's a lot of fun. It's so beautiful. I always wanted, have a white Christmas during Christmas time. Never experienced that. One of these days we will. Maybe when we're retired. Let us know what your thoughts are about snow. Do you like it? Do you hate it?
I'll just say I know we're going to get but snow's dirty, because especially when we traveled growing up in Utah and stuff, when snow is beautiful when it first falls, but when you're driving in it all winter, it's brown and black and muddy and
Yeah, it was
slushy, and it's not fun.
Not fun for her. I love it. Let us know what you thought, you think, and until next time.
Goodbye.